This can accelerate up to 60 amp in just 1.2 seconds by utilizing the onboard hydrogen to create a rocket-based blazing speed boost. However, the burst has an impact on the range, which should be 451 miles when driving more economically from the viewpoint of aerodynamics. The car's floor includes a full-length diffuser that funnels air to create a ton of downforce, which is essential for any vehicle to maintain top speed. A collection of secret flaps that allow the air to flow in various directions are located inside the front vents. Systems for the Model 8 include an engine control unit, an anti-lock braking system, and a Bosch ESPA system that has been specifically tuned for its profile. For better weight distribution, the carbon fiber cockpit is situated in the middle and has a Gorilla Glass windshield. The car's top pillars are supported by pillars that are efficient at high speed. To provide the driver with a wider, better view of the front through the windscreen, they are positioned directly on the sides of the cockpit. Our two aluminum subframes are precisely positioned at the back to blend in with the rear glass screen. The model will be a 5-seater with a 7-seat option, with the goal of providing passengers with comfort on lengthy excursions. Would you drink the dark city gunk that comes out of a car exhaust pipe? However, the fuel cell's output is sparkling, clean water that can be fed inside the vehicle to give passengers cool refreshments. Model 2 will be the name of the following Tesla Phi EVs, which is anticipated to debut in 2025. Similar to its Model H predecessor, it will also be powered by hydrogen with an anticipated 400-mile range and a small hatchback because the design of the car is said to have been carefully considered to lower the price of hydrogen vehicles. They currently cost more to purchase than EVs and more to fuel than internal combustion engines. The most daring model in the new Tesla hydrogen lineup, the Model 2027, will debut in 2027, in an effort to permanently establish hydrogen fuel in the automotive industry. The O model, sometimes referred to as the Roadster, would include an enhanced Hindenburg mode with speed bursts of up to 60 amp in just 0.2 seconds. You are aware that any car would not normally travel at this pace and that advanced planning is necessary. A special medicine designed to counteract the G-force and so prevent aneurysms must be consumed by the passengers at least 30 minutes before the activation of this mode. Additionally, they will be secured in these crash seats with gel cushion. It's simpler to say than to do. In addition to all these incredible advantages in Tesla's hydrogen car factories, there are also significant barriers to acceptance that must be overcome. The development of hydrogen fuel cells to the point where they can really function as an energy source requires a significant upfront investment. It will take more than just one attempt from Tesla or Elon Musk to do this, as well as governmental support for spending time and money to advance and develop these technologies. Many FCVUs have cried out for hydrogen stations to be present. Surprisingly, the world's highest concentration of hydrogen fuel stations may be found in the U.S. state of California. Fossil fuels have been used for years, and the infrastructure is already in place for this source of energy. We need to fund more refueling infrastructure before we can predict widespread use of hydrogen fuel cell technology. Therefore, he will have to feel the financial strain. Another major drawback is that it is technically difficult to store enough hydrogen to provide a normal vehicle with a driving range of roughly 300 miles. In the past, Musk has expressed discontent with the usage of hydrogen in vehicles, particularly due to the limitations imposed by weight, volume, efficiency, safety, and cost. The CEO of Tesla claims that it takes up a significant amount of room for automobiles to store hydrogen fuel, either in liquid or gaseous form. To enable a mile range larger than 300 miles and all light-duty vehicle platforms, materials, and components that are small and lightweight are therefore required. Finally, there are currently no documented appropriate norms and standards for hydrogen storage systems and interface technologies to support implementation, commercialization, safety, and public acceptance. Despite the technical challenges, particularly with the extraction of hydrogen, researchers from all across the world are currently investigating a number of techniques in order to produce large amounts of hydrogen that will satisfy the industry. Electricity from the grid or from renewable sources such as biomass, geothermal, solar, or wind is currently being introduced. This production will function through a process called electrolysis, where hydrogen and oxygen are split from water molecules. else. An electrolyzer, which conducts the process, works similarly to a fuel cell in reverse. An electrolyzer creates hydrogen from water molecules rather than utilizing a hydrogen molecule's energy as a fuel cell does. The industry will become completely pure if this approach is employed to its maximum potential, cutting off the fossil fuels that are currently used as the primary source for hydrogen extraction. Despite problems with hydrogen as a fuel, FCV is still regarded as one of the most promising technologies. We can be confident that FCA EVs will soon be commonplace on roadways around the world since Tesla CEO is leading the charge. The new hydrogen vehicle from Elon Musk is the real deal. Anyway, gentlemen, click the video directly above if you want to see more intriguing videos. I appreciate your attention for the most recent Elon Musk insiders. Make sure to subscribe with all alerts turned on. The new hydrogen automobile that the CEO and founder of Tesla recently unveiled is startling the whole auto industry. What makes the hydrogen automobile so unique? Are hydrogen vehicles superior to the present-day Tesla EVs? Join me today in this video as we explore Elon's hydrogen vehicle that has the whole automotive industry in a state of shock. Let's start by defining a few terms. Only one proton and one electron make up hydrogen, the most basic and plentiful element on Earth and in the cosmos. It can supply an unforeseenly enormous amount of energy and is a carrier of energy rather than a source of energy. Since a while ago, virtually everyone in the automotive industry has appeared to be fervently committed to an unrelenting quest to replace fossil fuels as the primary source of energy with a cleaner, more environmentally friendly source, such as solar batteries and hydrogen. However, it seems strange to try to associate Elon Musk with hydrogen when he isn't even sure if his cursor is on hydrogen. However, the tycoon appears to have changed his mind. Yes, Elon Musk is just as zealous as ever about using hydrogen in his projects. The Tesla CEO spent years making fun of the concept of using hydrogen fuel cells rather than electric batteries to power the future generation of green automobiles, which many hydrogen car enthusiasts found to be the most unsettling. But on April 1 of this year, Elon Musk startled his Twitter fans by revealing, after years of hesitance, that he would be transitioning Tesla from batteries to hydrogen power by 2024. And why shouldn't he? Hydrogen is one of the greenest forms of energy and would be ideal for his ambitious plans to go green by getting rid of fossil fuels. Governments and organizations are currently making enormous strides in order to fully accept hydrogen as an alternative fuel. Grid supplied power and renewable energy sources like geothermal, solar, wind, and biomass are now being added to the list of energy sources that can create green energy. Additionally, since hydrogen, whether in liquid or solid form, contains enormous energy, researchers are considering using them as an alternative to batteries for storing electricity to be used only when necessary. Additionally, to start the era of hydrogen fuel, Elon Musk has stated that the Model H will be the appropriate name for the first automobile to run on hydrogen fuel. However, you also need to acquire a good sense of the first hydrogen fuel car ever produced on Earth before we look at this futuristic, unusual vehicle. Tesla is most likely not the first. This technology dates back to the early 1800s. The first internal combustion engine or ICE vehicle fueled by hydrogen was more of a torture device than a dependable machine to get you someplace. Francois-Xavier de Riva, a Swiss inventor, produced the ICE in 1807 using a hydrogen and oxygen-filled balloon. Technically speaking, it may be considered the first hydrogen car, but the first ultra-modern hydrogen-powered car wouldn't appear for another 200 years or so, and it would be dramatically different. The brand new hydrogen vehicle from Tesla runs on hydrogen fuel cells rather than a combustion engine. What's the distinction? An internal combustion engine powered by hydrogen is more comparable to one powered by traditional petroleum. The sole distinction is that hydrogen is used in place of gasoline. Since hydrogen is burned in an atmosphere with nitrogen and oxygen, this approach is not environmentally beneficial. It generates nitrogen oxides, or NOx, which, along with CO2, are blamed for the greenhouse effect and global warming. Would Tesla adopt this technique, as it was never expected to be the first hydrogen-powered vehicle to arrive? Like other electric vehicles, fuel cell electric vehicles, or FCEVs, use energy to power an electric motor. The Model H employs hydrogen fuel cells, but as opposed to other electric vehicles, they generate their own electricity using a hydrogen-powered fuel cell as opposed to using a battery to store it. Two electrodes, a negatively charged anode and a positively charged cathode, make up a fuel cell. A fuel hydrogen is fed to the anode, which is sandwiched between the two electrodes, while air is fed to the cathode. Protons and electrons from hydrogen molecules are then separated by a catalyst at the anode and travel along several routes to the cathode. An external circuit is traversed by the electrons, causing an electricity flow. The protons move from the electrode to the cathode through the electrode, where they combine with oxygen and electrons to create heat and water. This incredibly straightforward procedure effectively explains how the flawless Tesla Model H2.0 will operate. Let's examine the Tesla Model H in more detail. The design of the first Tesla hydrogen-powered vehicle, with its dual classic color scheme, is nothing short of spectacular. Additionally, it incorporates unusual video cameras that double as the standard side mirrors. Anytime you do a back maneuver, to prevent the driver from turning his head to the left or right, the visuals are displayed on two screens next to the steering wheel. 6 electric motors total, 2 for the front wheels and 4 for the back, power the Model H. For the automobile's better weight distribution, the graphene batteries are positioned more beneath the floor. A Hindenburg model derived from SpaceX technology is the main feature.